Here's me trying to get 50 people to attend my band's next concert in a town with a population of around 1,000 people. Today you're going to see the whole process as I try and sell out my local gig and grow my local fan base, from creating an online ticket platform, designing posters, Facebook events, making advertising, flyers and flyering, making the food and bar plan, and maybe even building a scarecrow. I'll be practicing, setting up the venue, sending out press releases, booking a support act, and generally making a hell of a lot of mistakes. So it's day one, and before I get started, I need to sketch a plan, a map of what to do for the next 37 days. So if I've got any downtime, if I'm wondering what to do, I can literally look at the list, pick something, and just get going with it. So first I just want to give you a bit of context. My name's Sam and I play with my two lovely bandmates in our folk pop band called Transplendent. Since I have a harsh inner critic and I'm prone to getting jaded, I've decided to counter that by setting myself unrealistic music quests, like playing on the main stage at Glastonbury Festival. However, the road to reaching such a dream is luckily paved with many realistic goals that are actually manageable. I know this because I've spent YouTube night after YouTube night after YouTube night learning all the mistakes small musicians make and all the things that I haven't been doing properly. Therefore, this music quest will focus on the highly recommended goal of growing one's local fan base. The money raised will unlock a later quest, getting a professional recording. So it's the 21st of December and I'm already starting to realise I've made one major error, and that is setting the gig in January actually, because now I've got this whole period from now until New Year home with my kid and my family. That's what I want to prioritise. I might be able to fit a few things in, but I certainly can't be running around putting posters up and promoting. So excuse the bad handwriting, this is my pre-Christmas list of things I've got to get done. The first one was of course make the ticket site so people can actually purchase the tickets. That's done. I made it on Biletto, which is a really nice ticketing app. I've then booked the venue. Luckily I had an option for that already, which is my local common house. I'll show you that in just a minute. You can make a Facebook event and then write to friends just on Signal or WhatsApp, or ring them up or whatever, or just talk to them. Just start that process of putting it out as early as possible so it's in people's minds. Put it on my website and then to write it out in my newsletter. So wish me luck. I'll show you the common house now. So this is kind of my ace in my hand. This is my local common house where I've managed to book it for free. It's got its own sound system already, loads of tables and chairs. We've got fridges for the drinks and stuff like that. So it's a really good venue and I'm really lucky to be able to use it. So that's one big stressor, just off the tables, and it doesn't eat into the budget. So I set about completing all the tasks on the whiteboard, safe in the knowledge that my ticket sales would surely have boomed by the time I was back from relaxing on my Christmas holiday. So here we are in the brand new year of 2026. So I'm going to take a little peek now and see if my hopes for lots of people buying Christmas presents and thinking, oh, they'd love to get a ticket for our concert, and see if that's actually come to fruition. So I'm going to pause the video now, take a look, and tell you what we saw. So yeah, there is 4 ticket sales. So since last time we spoke, we had one ticket sale over the whole Christmas period. So all that stuff I've put up, it's not had an effect yet. I'm just going to have to have my fingers crossed and hope it has an effect as we go. I guess the only thing to do about it is keep making the music, keep ticking the things off the to-do list, and move on to the next task, which is designing the posters and getting them out there as soon as possible. So I'm just going to lock myself in for 24 minutes and 58 seconds and see if I can get this poster done so it's ready to send off to the printers, and so I can get a good promotion run done in January. After finishing up the poster design, I head down to my local town of Holbeck. I wander the streets and find the cheap shop where, after a little bit of browsing, I find one of the most important items, a roll of gaffer tape. I then clunk down the stairs of the local library where I encounter my first expense of the project. I spend 60 kroners on printing posters. So I've got the posters back from the printing, and I think they look really good actually. They've got the QR code, they've got the date, they've got the web address. So it's just about now. We've got 22 days left to the concert, and I'm just going to get these out into the local area and see if I can get some traction to the ticket website using these. Heading out on a very cold and frosty day, again with my kid who's on his bike. And we're going to go put some posters up. in the local area. So here in Denmark we have these things called Flask Automate. You just come inside, you put your bottles in there and you get money back for recycling them. Some other countries in Europe have them too. And for me, I think it's an ideal spot for a poster. So let's see, Sunday the 4th. I'm just out doing another poster run in the evening. So I'm at the train station. A lot of people come here in the morning, and I figure because it's absolutely freezing at the moment. So I think putting a poster in here will be a pretty good idea. Today, some good news when I checked the ticket sales. We've got 7 sales now, so that's increased a little bit. I still don't think it's going super fast, and I think it's quite a low number compared to the 50 that I'm aiming for. So I've decided to use the next strategy in my toolkit, which is writing out a press release to all the local radio stations, newspapers, websites, stuff like that. And if just a few of them run it, then we might get some people to the show that wouldn't have heard of it otherwise. So I asked my personal assistant Gemini to compile me a list of local newspapers in the Holbeck-Knabstrup area and an email to their editors. After a little bit of a wait and a little bit of back and forth, I get a comprehensive list. I also asked for lists for blogs, radio stations and TV stations, and compose my press release and wait for my replies. Within a day or so, I already have some success with the local What's Happening in Town website agreeing to list our concert on their website. Also, after a few people told me they found the online ticket platform a little overwhelming, I decided to have some fun and make some physical tickets that I could lay out in the local area for sale so people could pay with cash. I also remembered that the local supermarket had an information screen so customers and locals could find out about my event as they were standing in line waiting to pay for their food.
Do it. A trial. Mm-hmm. So you want to do Zephyr first, do you?
I enjoy it very much. So Rhysam, how do you think rehearsals went?
Oh, it went splendid. No, wait, it went transplendid.
And do you think we will get 50 people out to the show?
On 16.
16 people.
About 60.
60? Okay.
Yes.
Sam is happy. Oh look, a poster up there in the wild. Transplendent poster. Yeah. The healer. So it's a week before the concert and I've just checked how many ticket sales we've had. Drum roll. And we are up on 13 ticket sales on Billetto, and then we've had 4 ticket sales through other avenues. So I did, however, realise why my poster campaign might not be as effective as I'd like it to be. The majority of people in my town, they drive cars. They drive to work, they drive to the shop. They're not going to see or stop for some A4 posters standing on a telegraph pole. So yeah, I've decided to kind of try another strategy this week. I'm going to print out some mini posters, also known as flyers, and I'm going to try and deliver them into as many letterboxes as I can so that as many people in the village as possible know there's a concert and they are welcome to it. I'm just going to do one street, that's it. One street with flyers. If I've got time for more, I'll do it. Just 1 hour after delivering my first flyers, I got 2 ticket sales. Encouraged, I kept delivering these magical mini posters over the next few days till my meagre supply was exhausted. Been out and bought all the booze for the bar. That bit's a bit scary. Paid over 2,000 krona for all the alcohol and the food. Borrowed this from the shop. So I just spent like 20 minutes cleaning up every little small thing of glass there. I stink of booze. My clothes are filthy because it was all like glass mixed in with old snow and rain. Oh, it's so annoying. And this is just the kind of shit that happens when you try to do stuff. I guess that's just life. After a brief moment digesting my most recent addition to my catalogue of calamities, I brushed myself off and started to get the beer inside. The next day, it was a cold and frosty morning. With 3 days until the rapidly approaching concert, I headed to collect the sound gear I was so lucky to have been loaned. As I strolled around the voluntary run factory collective, taking in its peaceful beauty, I remembered how lucky I was to be doing the stuff I loved, and I soon forgot all the harsh words that popped into my mind, created by the rough edges of stress as they grated upon me. I proceeded to locate and wrestle with items specified to me by my neighbour Ola, who had kindly volunteered to do the sound for our show. And before I knew it, another day passed, and it was soon to be showtime. I'm just coming to the venue, got a lot of tables to move here, get in the right places, but yeah, this is where people come in tomorrow. Pretty exciting. It is 9:20, so we're 12 hours in the future now. In the morning, I'm just getting the gig set up. Some kids are here helping me set up, so that's nice. It's making a nice atmosphere. I'm feeling fresh, had a full night's sleep, so that's all good. I think it's like 6:20. Doors open at 7:20. I'm shattered. Of course, there's balls that I've just left drop. I never learn my lesson. It's too many balls. You can't be setting up camera equipment and helping with sound and doing drinks and guest lists and all that if you're also playing. You just can't. But I'm feeling myself. I'm not in a bad mood, and that's the main thing. I'm just a bit flustered. I'm hoping I can not bring that flustered feeling onto the stage. The hour for such reflections, though, was past as the venue began to fill up with some of the many people I'd been trying to reach for the last month, and it was now time to welcome. I just want to say have a good evening, and I want to welcome to the stage Emil Bricks. Emil added sticks to the fire of an already growing warm atmosphere by playing a lovely warm-up set. And before we knew it, the crowd was clapping him off after his final song, and it was time for Transplendent to play. So I'm just going to pause the video of me playing music with the band there. If you want to hear some of the concert, you can find a link in the description. But I thought it's just time to wrap up the video now and say whether the project was a success. Did we manage to sell out 50 tickets to a local concert in a town with less than 1,000 people? And I'm very happy to tell you that we did. The project was a success, even though 2 days before we'd only sold half the tickets. So there came a rush right on the last day, as I'm showing you on a graphic now, and also through other sales and people coming on the door. I've got to say, if I was to pick one thing that was the most effective, it would definitely be word of mouth and just writing out to people, because people bring their friends and they tell somebody that they know, and then somebody hears it's happening, and then before you know it, you've got quite a lot of people showing up. But the second thing, and the wild card, I think the flyering worked, because when I took out a bunch of flyers, suddenly more tickets sold, and people I didn't know were buying tickets. And one person said to me specifically, "Thanks for flyering, I would have never known it was happening otherwise." And they came along. If I was to tell you all the mistakes I made, this video would go on forever, so I'm just going to put them up on the screen here for you so you can take a look, pause the video, read through them if you want to know all of those. I hope it's been insightful. It's definitely been a fun project for me. We managed to raise around 5,000 krona for the next music quest, which is going to be getting a professional studio recording. So stay tuned for that one, and take care.